1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Aus Michigan, Esther Posner!
Hallo, vielen Dank. Ich habe 2 Gedichte auf Englisch. Das erste geht über Liebe und das zweite geht über Politik. Das erste heißt, I love you so much that I think I really just better stop. I don't want to be your biggest fan anymore. I write the rules, but you make the score. Man, I'm just sore because I'm a bore. My life is no more than folklore, and I'm roaring so softly, but loud enough to hear that the way my life is twisting is, well, man, it's fucking queer. But you know, I don't mean it in a bad way. What I was trying to say is that today was great. It was great. It was a great depiction of fate, like, this is the way it's supposed to be, but when you see me, do you know who I'm supposed to be? I'm just twirling around in circles in quadrilateral form, and I wasn't really trying to make a porn flick. I was just drawn to you and your wick of personality. It keeps burning me alive, but I'm doing fine on the inside. I keep taking double shots of my pride, and I'm striding around, making a big sound, just hoping you turn around and be like, yo, girl, you look profound today. And I'd be like, yeah, that was an okay thing to say, and I'm holding my own, but I'm beginning to postpone the way I feel for you in that sexy, perplexing way, because the only thing I can ever say is that I will lie down in my grave, but I know this is not brave, because I'm supposed to at least try to save my heart from falling apart, from being smashed to pieces by my own speedy, greedy go-kart on a trip to the moon. I'll be falling asleep soon and never waking up, at least not with passion in my cup. I drink it as I think it is depleting so completely, and I'll call you from the bellows of my bile-stained yellow dreams. It seems you've gleamed your way into my world, and now my vision is swirled just like our hair begins to curl as it grows longer. My love grows stronger, but is this wrong, or have I just taken too many bong smacks and I'm just screwing up the facts? Is this tact, or am I sitting on a tack, you know, like a big fucking tack that keeps me from my bed? My head said this red blood has bled mud, but I think I said love. But who am I to think I'm above the roof? This is just more proof that I sorta toss my aorta to the ever-beckoning crowd that's getting real loud without even making a sound. I look around and it's only me that I see in this room full of people pretending to be singing in perfect harmony. I slam on the bass drum, I sing in the choir as my whole world starts on fire just because I admire you and desire you and can't be a liar to tell you anything more as my words sweep up on the shore on this island of Pyland. Sweeter than sugar is the way you are to me, but for some reason I feel like I'm swimming in this sea of really sticky honey. Honey, I do not know why. My brain does not comply with reality. I'm just a casualty of your charm, and I'm beginning to disarm, so holy Jesus, sound the alarms before some harm strays my way. I wonder what you'll say when I display this profession of my passion. Will the seams begin to mesh and become one and the same? There's absolutely no blame I can claim for the way I feel, because shit is so real the way you steal me from this earth. It's like every day is my birthday. Hey, thank you for being the way you are. You're a brightly shining star, and you ship my heart to Mars or an overcrowded bar that I stumble out of drunk. I think I thunk. I know the best guy on this chunk of matter in the sky. Das war das Erste. Okay. Dankeschön. Sharon, Bush, you can suck Cheney's dick. Because Palestine will not give up that quick. Like the natives before us, Israel slaughters away, hoping that Zionism is here to stay. But fuck that, that's not the way it's gonna work. Both sides are going berserk, but one side is rich, and ugly and mean, and they don't care if what they do seems to be the worst thing possible to the other side. But those fuckers can't hide. People want to get inside, back into Palestine. The IDF shouldn't get a dime for the hideous crimes that they grease and slime and spill into villages, cities in fact, trying to make sure the Arab world doesn't stay intact. And even though I'm an American, I say we, because I don't want anything to do with Bush or Cheney. They're psycho, and they're scary, and they're ugly, and they're mean, and they're obsessed with machines and blue jeans coming out of sweatshop scenes. Their brains are full of beans that have been sitting in a hot room, and no one has the audacity to attempt to consume the rotten, moldy beans sitting in the president's brain. But the people know that this shit has got to change. If there's just one person cold and hungry, then that's 2 people too many, because someone's sure to be running out of money. Life shouldn't be based on success in a capitalist world, because the figures are fucked and too many fat politician dicks have been sucked. I'm done dealing with this corrupt system that rules the planet. Man, Russia or China ought to can it, like break this devil down. So capitalism, bury it far into the ground so capitalism cannot return, because greed can only burn back as the people start to learn that this shit is so unfair. There are hungry people everywhere, and then there are these assholes with ugly hair that they dye colors to think they're young. I think I'd better go find a big truck that's full of dung and drop it on their ugly heads. Their hands are red, their mouths are very, very fed, and so is mine. Although I don't contribute a dime to their ugly occupations, I don't want my taxes going to Texas. I try not to imagine why these people would possibly want to die while they're alive, because, it can't feel good the way goodness should be felt. They're constantly loosening their belts, getting fatter from the welts that have scarred the poor slaves' backs. And now these people are fighting back, and the rich think that we've lost tact, and that all we want to do is to attack, but what we want is justice, and fuck it, if you're an asshole, then that justice is for just us. But you know what? We're nice. We'd probably slice you a slice of bread and watch you give it to the ducks instead, because man, you're fucking dumb. You act like the world is a drum that you can beat up and then run away from being blamed. But your cheeks are red with shame, and I'm proud because I can claim to be on the side that's winning. If winning means what's right, and I'm gonna fight for my right to say take back the night, because you've been raping our people for so many years. You are a cannibal, collecting blood and bones and tears and eating it every day like some sort of statement. You dent the living life of joy. I guess you just had too many toys as a child, and now you're going wild in this death money tantrum style. Man, you are ridiculous. You walk past us, shaking your head while you sleep in a king-size bed, crying about baseball instead of all that's affecting the people on the street. I can't keep the beat with your shiny, hush-puppied feet. Man, you are a creep. But I think you've gone too deep, trying to make the world your own, because 7 billion people will not condone the angry, hungry moan coming out of the Middle East, coming out of the Far East, coming out of Africa, coming out of California, Borneo, and Bosnia. You are out. You are done. You'll soon be run out of town frowning or dead while we build a big house out of your big bed and give it to 5 people instead, because what you do is sin, and we the people know will win.